If you're a cafe owner, you are probably droning in terms like eco-friendly, biodegradable, and plant-based. You want to do the right thing, right? But it feels almost impossible to know what any of it actually means. Well, today, we're going to cut through all that marketing noise and give you a clear, actionable guide.
Okay, let's just dive right in with a statement that might flip everything you think you know. This quote, it gets right to the heart of the issue. It's not about what a cup is made of in some perfect theoretical world. It's about what actually happens to it after it leaves your customer's hands.
And that really gets us to this whole eco-friendly illusion. You know, the hard truth is that most sustainability claims are just greenwashing. It's just clever marketing designed to make you feel good while your packaging ends up in the exact same landfill. So these are the red flags you've got to watch out for. Biodegradable sounds amazing, doesn't it? But I mean, a cup that takes 500 years to break down technically fits that description. Plant-based, PLA coatings, still a plastic-like material that won't break down in a landfill. And recyclable is completely meaningless if your local facility just throws it out. And for compostable packaging, here's the brutal reality. You see that tiny 5% sliver? That's the part of the US with access to the right facilities. So that premium you're paying for those special cups, for 95% of the country, there's no system to actually compost them. They're just very, very expensive trash. Okay, so if those labels are an illusion, then what's real? True sustainability isn't about finding some magical, perfect cup. It's about understanding and working with the disposal system you actually have. All right, let's get these definitions straight, once and for all. Recyclable simply means your local program can handle it. That's it. Compostable means it needs a special high-heat industrial facility, not your backyard compost pile, and definitely not a landfill. And biodegradable? It's so vague, you should probably just ignore it altogether. This brings us to the single most important rule to remember, the one thing you can't forget. Your packaging choice is only as good as the local infrastructure available to process it. It doesn't matter what the box says, it only matters what your local waste hauler actually does. With that rule in mind, let's look at the real options on the table. And I want you to think of these not as good versus bad, but as different tools for different situations. First up, FSC certified paper. This is a great starting point, for sure. It means the paper itself comes from responsibly managed forests. Customers recognize the logo, they trust it. But here's the catch. FSC certification says nothing about the coating on the cup, which is what actually determines if it can be recycled or not. Now this is interesting. Water-based coatings are a newer technology, and they're designed to be recycled right along with regular paper. This is fantastic, if your local facility accepts it. The major trade-offs, though, a pretty significant price jump, and they have limits on heat. So great for iced drinks or warm tea, but maybe not for boiling hot coffee. And here it is, the big one, PLA-coated or compostable packaging. Yeah, it's made from corn or sugarcane, which is great, but look closely at the limitations. It absolutely will not break down in a landfill, period. It messes up both paper and plastic recycling streams, and it's heat sensitive. Its only environmental benefit happens in a very, very specific scenario. Which leads us to the single most important question you have to answer before you even think about buying PLA. If the answer to this is no, then PLA is not a sustainable option for your cafe. It's actually worse than the alternatives. Okay, I know that was a lot of information, so let's turn it into a practical plan. Here's how you go from being totally confused by all these options to making a confident, informed decision. It's a pretty simple 4-step process. First, just figure out what you're using now and what it's costing you. Second, and this is the most important one, research what your city can actually handle. Third, make a realistic plan to transition. And fourth, tell your customers what you're doing and why it matters. Look, step 2, the research part, it's non-negotiable. And it really just comes down to making these 3 phone calls. Get the facts directly from the source. Please do not rely on what the packaging salesperson tells you. And hey, remember, you don't have to change everything overnight. Start with the easy wins, like switching to paper bags or just getting FSC certified paper. Then you can test new options for your core products. A phased approach like this prevents headaches and, financial shock. Now that you have a plan, let's talk about a few common pitfalls to avoid. Because getting this wrong isn't just bad for the environment, it can be a huge waste of money and can even hurt your reputation with customers. These are the 2 biggest mistakes we see people make. The compostable trap is spending, say, 40% more for packaging that ends up in the exact same landfill. And the recyclable lie, that's when you tell your customers to recycle something that actually just contaminates the whole recycling stream. Both are really costly errors. And let's be real, the cost is significant. This isn't a small change. The premium you pay for these sustainable alternatives can be anywhere from 50 to over 150% higher. You have to go into this with your eyes wide open and a clear budget. So let's put that into perspective. For a pretty typical cafe that serves about 300 drinks a day, making a full switch could add $1,600 to your monthly expenses. That's a big number that has to be planned for, either through small price increases or by attracting new eco-conscious customers. So where does all of this leave us? Well, with a final, really crucial point. Don't chase perfection. Don't fall for the marketing hype. The most sustainable choice is the honest, practical one that's based on the reality of your local system. It's just about making the best choice you can, right here, right now, with the infrastructure you actually have.